All right. Good morning, Adam.
How are you?
Great. Thanks for being on the show today. So we're here. This is Nkisi Pyro with Farmers Market on Demand and Adam with Abbey Lee Farms. Thanks for being on the show.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
So tell us a little bit about Abbey Lee Farms, who started it, and the two locations that you guys have, right, where you're growing here in the Valley?
So he started his name's Neil Brooks. He's the owner. He started when he was about 12 in 1976 growing plants out of the back of his car. I think he had like a cart and he just went and just did it. He did it for a couple of years, went to college to Yale, dropped out of Yale, came back, perfected the business, and started with just house plants, indoor plants, outdoor plants. And then kind of a couple years ago realized that the market decline for plants, and no one my age wanted to grow a plant and keep it alive, starting to decline. So he started going towards food because everyone wants food. Everyone eats food. It's only going to go up. His notion is locally grown. He wants to sell taste. That's his niche. So we decided it's hard to compete with Mexico, but Mexico never has taste. So we wanted to bring that to the market. We wanted to bring good, delicious produce to the market. And so that's where we're at now. So we have tomatoes, cucumbers, eggplants, melons. We do a bunch of different, he's done zucchini, he's done peppers. So he just kind of likes to, dabble in really anything and kind of get, feel where the market is and grow based on what people are wanting.
That's awesome. Well, let's take a walk over by some of your produce. You've got some really amazing looking tomatoes. In fact, Andrew hand-picked one for me that he insists that we're going to try. But I figure this might also be a good place to just kind of show people you've got cherry tomatoes, and then it looks like heirlooms, right?
Yeah, so the big misconception with heirlooms is like people think that the funky, weird-looking ones are automatically heirlooms. Well, an heirloom is the age of the seed. So if it's over 50 years old, that's really what is considered an heirloom. All of our seeds are non-GMO. All of our produce is pesticide-free, and all of our seeds are heirloom. One of my favorite ones is the cacao. It's the brown tomato. It has this really significant taste to it. It doesn't really taste like it's typical, like your typical cherry tomato or red tomato. We have more in the front. We have just all different kinds of tastes. We don't have it here, but we're growing the world's sweetest cherry tomato. It's called Ashley. It's our signature. That's coming here in a couple weeks. It's absolutely amazing. It tastes like candy.
That's exciting, and that's going to be super dangerous for the kiddos. I know kids already, parents are using it as a good sweet tooth substitute, but if you're making the sweetest.
So it's the seed comes from Canada. We import the seed, and then we just grow it here. So there's a scale of like how sweet, it's called the brick scale of how sweet a tomato is. Your typical tomato, any big slicing tomato, is about a 7. These are the sweet cherry tomatoes that are 16 on the scale. They're incredible. They're phenomenal. Most people like just the typical slicing tomato. We have tremendous taste. They're not white inside like Subway or anything like that. They're pretty good. They're pretty good quality, and everyone seems to be coming back for it.
Yeah, I always see a line here. It's really exciting. And so, how do your prices run maybe compared to the grocery store or other vendors here? Like, how would you say you guys are priced?
So we actually we sell to Fry's, Bash's, AJ's, Sprouts right now. They have mostly our 8 clam cherry tomato. We also sell our 1 pound bag of cucumbers to Fry's and Sprouts on occasion. So our prices, they're a little bit lower than organic, but they're above your average market. So I believe ours in the stores are about $3 to $4 a pound for the tomatoes. The clamshells, I believe, are $4 a clamshell. It's an 8-ounce clamshell. And then we have our 1 pound bag Persian cucumbers. I believe they're $3 a bag. So they're going to be less than organic because there's still that market where people believe that organic's just absolutely better. It has nothing sprayed on it, which is what we're trying to prove, wrong. That notify the customer. Whole Foods does a very good job with that. They let you know that they have like this certain scale of I think it has like 3 different tomatoes on it for us, and if it's like 3, that means like you have nothing completely on your tomatoes. And same thing with organics, like it'll still have like, if it has like 2 tomatoes like the icon, then it means that it has some stuff sprayed on it.
So there's still some residual spray, or they're still allowed to use some level of spray. So that's really awesome that you guys are doing this. And then you said you have 2 different farms. One's here locally in Phoenix, and the other one's in Wilcox.
We actually have 3. So there's one here on 14th Avenue in Baseline. We have one in Safford, Arizona. It's actually Thatcher. It's like 30 minutes south or west of Safford, I believe. And then we have one in Wilcox, Arizona.
Awesome. And that's where you're able to grow all the tomatoes. You said the eggplant, the cucumbers, the melons, and then you do a trade or a exchange with other farmers to feature other products?
So since our tomatoes are a high commodity and a hot commodity, people want them. So what we do is there's a huge Superstition Springs Ranch Market. We trade with them. We trade with other local vendors here in Arizona with what they have to offer. We grow the tomatoes in Wilcox when it's hot in Phoenix to conserve water, and we grow here during this time right now when it's a little cooler and a little better since it's freezing over there.
Right. So that's awesome. So not only is this local, but you guys were supporting other local producers. You guys are getting stuff that has a really low carbon footprint. It hasn't traveled very far. You're eating from your own, land, and these aren't going to be white on the inside. So do you mind if I try one of these right now?
Absolutely, of course.
Okay. So I actually have some of Terry Botanical's salt left over. So I'm just going to salt my, just gave me a sample. So I'm just going to salt my tomato.
It's going to be juicy.
Oh. Super juicy. It reminds me of the ones off the vine when I was growing up, like as a kid having a garden, and you just have like that really good garden fresh tomato.
And they actually smell like a tomato. They smell delicious. They actually smell delicious. Our oldest tomato is maybe 2 to 3 days, which is like versus the grocery store, it's about 21 days from Mexico. So, and it's basically farm to table by the time you get it. So, and that's what we want to do. That's what our niche is.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So you even have fresher produce by going to the farmers market. So there's so many advantages. You get to know your own grower. You get to know where your food came from. You get to reduce your carbon footprint. You get to support other growers because they still feature, even though they specialize in those ingredients that we listed before, they still feature other farmers' produce as well to kind of like diversify your offerings here. You can ask them questions. They sell these plants. There's beautiful geranium plants that you guys are able to buy that are available for sale. And you're at pretty much every farmers market right now?
Yeah, we do about 5 or 6 today, and then on peak about 7. And then we do, I think, 2 on Sundays. So they're all on our website.
Awesome. And what is your website?
It's abbyleeaz.com.
And same on Facebook?
It's Abby Lee Farms. Yes.
Yeah, so abbyleeaz.com and Abby Lee Farms on Facebook. And we'll be putting those in the comments. I'm sure Liz is already taking care of that because she's a rock star. And let's see. I think I tried the tomato. The tomato's amazing. In fact, I really want to try. What's the dark one you said? I'm always scared of those.
It's called cacao. There's these ones I think are picked on Thursday, and those ones were picked Friday in the front.
Oh, okay.
So they'll be a little bit, I don't know, fuller taste for me. So.
Well, I'm gonna take a roadie cacao, one for the road.
We'll get you this one right here.
Ooh, that looks perfect. These are picture perfect, you guys. If I had to do like a painting or like a still, I would just come here for my fruit or my veggies.
It almost makes you that you don't want to eat them.
I know.
They're so pretty, but they're very, very good.
Awesome. That's good because I normally avoid these. They scare me. The brown look, I feel like maybe that's not. It's gonna give me a different taste.
Yeah, it's my favorite tomato. I eat one about once or twice a day. I'll just get up from the office and just walk to the greenhouse and then pick it up and eat it. So it's pretty good.
So you're gonna have to repeat all that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you eat a tomato?
Yeah, I eat them. I eat them like once or twice a day. I don't know, I work in the office, and so every single time I want one, I just go walk to the greenhouse and grab it off the vine and eat it. It's pretty good.
That's awesome. I was daydreaming about tomatoes, and I got distracted.
Where is that?
Awesome. On that note, Adam, thank you again so much for being on the Farmers Market Show.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Abby Lee Farms, this is Adam. You can come see him at Old Town Scottsdale and the other local markets. You can check out their website, Abby Lee Farms AZ.
abbyleeaz.com. Yes, Abby Lee AZ.
See, we all have these different variations. So anyway, we'll see you guys soon. Thank you, and we're out for today. Thanks again.